Hey, Dan Leech here again, and hey, we sold our listing at 1710 Calle Ciervos in San Dimas. Now, this is the one with the spool. Remember? That combination pool and spa that I talked about, that I showed you? I know you remember. Fantastic house. Backyard was incredibly cool. Anyway, house sold for $635,000. Great price. We had multiple offers, sold really, really quick. It was 1420 square feet, 3-bedroom, 1 3/4 bathroom. So we loved our clients, and I asked them if they would be willing to sit down with me and just talk about their home selling experience. And they said yes. So here is that little interview. I think you'll absolutely love it. So, how was your experience with us when you first met us? Let's start off there.
Okay.
We'll build into the good stuff.
Well, I know I contacted you well in advance when I was thinking about selling the house.
It was like a year.
A year in
Yeah,
advance.
it was.
Because it was in the plans that we would be selling. And I know I did it one-on-one with you, and I was totally impressed with what you presented me, you know, the marketing plan, what everything looks like at that point.
And we hadn't even met Jim
We
yet.
hadn't met Jim.
And
Yeah, Jim was still working.
more important, Jim hadn't met us yet. So
That's right. And that was really important. So
Yeah.
you said anytime when you're ready and, you know, Jim needs to meet us, just give us a call. So it was very easy to get a hold of you and say, hey, we're now interested. And I know I discussed with Jim, you know, because we do have a lot of friends in the real estate field.
Yeah.
But that's just too cozy, you know, and plus we'd lose a friendship if we used one friend versus another friend.
Yeah.
So it was very easy to just call you and have you come into our world again and present another marketing updated and have Jim meet you. And then you can take it.
So what was your first impression of us, Jim?
I think in my mind I had an impression. I think you bypassed that by far.
In a good way?
In a good way, absolutely good way. I think one of it is getting us to relax, getting us to look at a process that we haven't done in 25 years, talk about it, talk about some of the things we'll go through, be there for advice. I think the communication aspect was probably one of the things I admired the most, and got to get used to everybody, and you know, going through with any questions, I've texted Colette at all times of the hours of the evening and night. What about this? What about that? And I've got great answers and good support. So I think that process for me made me more at ease than anything else.
So overall, how would you describe the process of selling your house? Because you guys haven't done this in a long time, right?
A long time. Well, this is the first house we've ever sold.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
you know, so this is our
your first experience.
house.
So,
yeah.
So just tell me, you know, was pretty much everything good? Did it go absolutely perfectly? I mean,
Well, I don't think anything can ever go absolutely perfectly, but
Yeah.
I think you gave us the cues and the tips to make it go so much smoother. Depersonalize, you know. Let's get you on open houses, you know. We're starting on Wednesday. We're going to post it on Friday. First open house on Saturday. Okay, you need to remove this stuff and make it look like it's a custom house. And I think that opened our eyes to how much stuff do we really have? How many things do we really own that really don't need to be out? And kind of got used to liking the bareness of it.
I think for me, you know, you did send an email and some quick tips about selling the house and a video of some good things to do and not to do. And
so you did watch it?
I did watch it, yes. Watch it a couple times.
Oh, okay.
You know, and what other people's eyes look at and their perspective compared to what we have and our perspective. And, you know, everybody's proud of their house and everybody's proud of the things in their house. And what people can perceive as different things, and what they, not necessarily more neutral, but sometimes a different layout or a different pattern or a different way they look at it, to get them to see what they see in a house rather than what we see in our house. Right. And I think your advice on that was a positive. You know, you still walk away going, hey, I love my house, and you know, and you still love it, but as we made it more neutral, made it more I guess the perspective of somebody can see them living in it rather than us just.
It made
living
even
in it.
more people love your house.
Yes.
Is what
Right.
you're trying to say. Yeah.
And the open houses got more in depth and people stayed longer and all that. So I appreciate that.
I know this is very self-promoting, but that's the whole reason why we're here.
Agreed.
What would you say to, let's say, one of our perspective, or let me rephrase that. So what would you say to one of your friends if they're looking for a realtor? Would you recommend us? I know that's just
No.
it's a self-promoting.
No, that's-
and it's hard for me to ask that without being that way. But let me just say, would you feel comfortable and would you feel confident that we could get the job done? Let me put it that way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. You guys have resources in anything that we've asked you to, bring up. I needed my house tinted. You knew somebody who does it, part of the system. I needed, house painters, and I needed my washer and dryer picked up. You have resources that go far and wide. And after speaking to many of our friends that are in real estate, you have a reputation already as being very strong in the industry. And I don't know if you know that, but yeah, I mean, we've talked to, I have a friend that I worked with who is in real estate, and she goes, I know your real estate people. And I was like, whoa, because she's out in Riverside.
Good.
She knows who you are. So I have no doubt and I have already told people, you want a real estate person?
Well,
Yeah.
we
And I
appreciate
think
that.
I asked for cards, so.
Very good. I absolutely appreciate that. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say before we kind of wrap this up?
Well, I'd like to say thank you. I think when you look at the people that are out there and the people that are in real estate and seeing the number of different agents coming in and with their clients and hearing some of them talk and some of the things, the challenges that we had with some of them, getting them to complete everything, I think being able to support us and support people with limited knowledge and support people that are, going through this process with advice, with timetables, with communication. And I say that, I don't say that randomly because communication is a big part of real estate. Knowing what to do, knowing what's coming, and seeing how people interact with that. And I've seen, people pull up. I've watched agents walk into my house as I'm driving away that probably aren't as professional as you both are, and it certainly is a strong point for me to make sure that person I'm working is ethical, is professional, and has a sense of morals, and that showed in a lot of things we talked about, and getting the house ready and making sure that we were open and honest about the house, and it showed in the sale of the house. So I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. It was an absolute pleasure working with you guys, and we appreciate the fact that you trusted your home sale with us. And that's pretty much it, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think that's a big thing. That's a good word, trust.
Trust.
Absolutely.
And support.
Okay.
I'm always giving positive support. Don't worry, it's gonna.
Colette, did you have anything else to?
Fully, I'm in tears now. I'm gonna miss you guys. You guys were great. I loved working with you from the day one. And this morning I even thought, oh God, it's been a year since we started this process. And I'm really glad you guys are happy where you're going. I'm glad that I was able to help you find another realtor up there.
Yes.
And work and make sure that both sales kind of went along together. So I'm looking forward to pictures and everything else with you guys, and enjoy the next chapter.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate that, and I think that made the next step, being able to turn the page and move on a lot easier, and knowing that the house is in good shape and going to a good couple, and that we know about, and that just makes it a lot easier for us too.
Yeah.
So
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank
It's,
you. You
it's
guys
what
were
it is.
definitely conscientious of our time frame, so that made it